Today I just want to try the Fianchetto Gambit once again because I just feel like sacrificing all my pawns in today's game. So let's see how my random opponent will handle my Fianchetto Gambit, also known as the modern Gambit by the way. Be sure to hit the like button, and I promise this will be an interesting video, so you have all the reasons to watch. Let's go! Right, now time for war. I'm playing against a 2149 rated opponent, and he just played e4. Time for the Fianchetto Gambit with g6. If d4 or play pawn to f5. That's the Fianchetto Gambit by the way. Yep, so there we see d4 and then f5. So I just want to sacrifice all of my king side pawns, and you will see how tricky this gambit is for sure, if at all you are watching this for the first time. So e takes f5. I don't have to take back. The plan is to go pawn to d5 and then let white take my second pawn on g6. I discussed all this in my tutorial video, which has popped up in the card above. You can watch that later on after watching this video. Right, so pawn takes, and bishop d3 by white. So here is the thing with my g6 pawn, you guys. None of white's pieces can harass my g pawn, e.g. there is no queen g4, and I mean white can't just do anything about my g6 pawn, at least for now. And the purpose of bishop d3 by the way is to try and take my pawn on g6, but I have queen d6 by the way, which protects my g6 pawn and also controlling the a4 square because there will be no bishop f4. So queen d6 not only protects my pawn but also stops bishop f4 by white. So that's the reason why we play queen d6. And at worst I'm just attacking the h2 pawn if you think about it. And if knight to f3 I have bishop g4. If pawn to h3 I'll just leave my bishop there. Then we see knight e2. A strange move. So let me just show you what I was talking about. If white played knight to f3 I was going to play bishop g4, and in case of pawn to h3 I was just going to leave my bishop there and play something else like knight c6 or s6. For example, knight c6 attacking the pawn on d4, and later on play pawn to e5 I think. Yep, that's what I said in my tutorial video. And I was just going to leave my light squared bishop on g4 knowing that white wasn't going to take it because of rook takes h1. So white played knight e2 anyways, and I'm not sure about this move. I didn't cover this move in my tutorial video because I mean I have rook takes h2, right? So that's just a zero move, and now this is no longer a gambit if you think about it. So because we have equal material now, right? Oh, there we see bishop takes g6, an intermediate move. Okay, that's a clever move. The idea is if I take the light squared bishop, white would take my rook, which would be terrible. So king d8 is the way to go, just moving away from danger. And if rook takes, I'm gonna take back with my queen. I just removed that by the way. Besides, yep, so rook takes, queen takes. I'm attacking the g2 pawn now, so white needs to be a little bit careful here. Let's see what my opponent is going to do, and I'll develop my dark squared bishop on h6. That's part of our plan, part of our main plan rather, to challenge white's dark squared bishop. And then I have queen h1 check, bishop g4, pinning the knight to the queen. So this is okay with me. I like playing active chess, you guys. I know I'm talking a lot because I already know what is happening on the board. So bishop f4 for example allows me to take the pawn on g2. So queen takes g2, and now I'm attacking the light squared bishop, so white should be careful. And I have queen h1 coming, bishop h6. All these are part of our plan. So queen d3, so queen h1 check. I talked about this, I expect. Yep, king d2, king d2, king d2. What am I going to do next? Should I play bishop h6 or knight c6? You know, one of the opening principles says develop your knights first before developing your bishops. So that's why knight c6 made a lot of sense, knowing that white doesn't have knight c3. I'll just take his rook on a1. So knight c6 was very flexible. Now we see pawn to c4. Okay, that was unexpected. I didn't expect c4 to happen. I was calculating something else. So I guess I can just take the pawn, attacking the queen. So what am I going to do? I mean, so d takes c4, queen takes, and now what next? Oh, white is attacking my knight on g8, so I have to play e6, right? Yeah, I think that's the only logical move. Knight to f6 will allow queen f7, so e6. And then if bishop g5 check, I have bishop e7, blocking the check and exchange bishops. I love where my queen is on h1, by the way, controlling this diagonal. I mean, the HA diagonal. So let's see what my opponent is up to. I still have moves though. I have bishop h6 in case white doesn't play bishop g5 check. And I also have knight to f6 in some lines. Yep. Although we develop our king's knight on e7 usually. There we see knight g3 attacking my queen on h1. So I have to do something about that, right? So queen h4. Yep. Queen h4 attacking the dark squad bishop. And there is no bishop g5 this time. I expect to see knight c3 though. Oh, if knight c3 I can just take the bishop. So d5. And I'm running low on time. I should be very careful. So my knight is under attack. I should play something like, I think knight e5 here. Knight e5. Yep, knight e5 because I'm attacking the queen and white can't take my knight because I'm going to take the queen on c4 with my queen. So white should better be careful. I have knight to f3 coming in case of queen d4. Yep. So let's see what my opponent is going to do. And bishop e6. Okay, my opponent is also running low on time. There we see queen e4. Queen e4 I didn't calculate for that. Oh, time pressure. So knight takes. So start simplifying the game. If queen takes, I'm gonna take with check on f4. So white doesn't have to take, right? He doesn't have to take my. Okay, that was an intermediate move. Can I give a check first? And then rescue my knight. Because my knight on g8 is under attack and so knight e7, I'm attacking the pawn on d5. Knight pin. Okay, now we are in time trouble, you guys. So expect to see a lot of mistakes and wrong moves. Under 7 seconds. Check. But there's increment, by the way. So I'm not really worried. Let me just, get rid of the queen and then simplify things. I don't want to lose on time, you guys, but that will be understandable. So the goal is just to simplify everything. Pin. So I'm doing less of thinking here. Even my opponent, I guess. Take the pawn. Oh, that. Okay, bishop d4. Yeah, bishop d4. Pinning the rook. And then rook takes. Okay. Okay, all I have to do now is to take the pawns and other pieces. Exchange pieces. Guys, I have less time to think. I can't do commentary and playing under time pressure. 3 seconds. Protecting my pawn. I don't know what to do. Okay. Just lost my pawn. Am I coming back? Okay, this is tricky. This is tricky. Okay. Okay. Right. Whoa, and my opponent just resigned. I'm really happy, you guys. I was too nervous. I thought I was going to lose on time. But anyway, things happened on my favor, and I guess I just played well. I'll need to analyze this later, but I guess you guys had some fun. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because that's what encourages me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one. And my E5 defense course is still on promo, and I just finished organizing the master PGN to make it easier for you guys to follow, which I'm going to include in my complete E5 defense course, because of course we are still building it with my team. Currently we are working on the anti-Scotch Gambit repertoire for black, and then we are also going to include the 4 knights defense, the anti-Ponziani opening, the 3 knights opening, and also the anti-Gyoko Pianissimo. So this is an ongoing E5 defense course that we are working on, and there are more improvements to come in the near future. So at the moment it's almost free, of course with a small commitment fee attached for research purposes. So be sure to check it out on my channel or on my membership page that's on Patreon. You can also find it there. Right, thank you for watching this video. Until next time, let me know what you think about this game for today. Until next time, bye bye.